What is it that restaurant and steakhouse owners don't tell you? Here, inside my bowl, I'm going to place 5 pieces of strip steak. Now, over this meat, I'm going to pour 2 cups of club soda. I've poured the club soda over the meat, which is very fresh. This process helps tenderize and enhance the flavor of the meat. Then I add 2 medium-sized sticks of butter. Now I let the meat rest in this mixture for 5 minutes so it becomes nice and tender. Meanwhile, in the skillet, I place 1 heaping tablespoon of butter. I let the butter melt completely before adding the seasonings. Once it's melted, I add a generous pinch of dried rosemary. The rosemary will give the meat an amazing aroma and special flavor. I mix well so the seasoning blends completely with the butter. I keep the heat on low so the ingredients don't burn. I stir a little more and adjust the heat to medium. Now I take the pieces of meat that were resting and place them in the skillets. I put all the pieces in at once, since my skillet is quite large. If yours is smaller, fry in batches so the liquid doesn't build up. If needed, cook the other pieces separately using the same process. Now we season with a bit of salt over each piece. I also add a pinch of freshly ground black pepper. I gently move the pieces to sear them well and brown them evenly. This is the secret to a juicy, well-cooked strip steak. So it turns out tender with that restaurant quality meat flavor. It's that special flavor everyone enjoys when eating out. If you want to eat a different kind of meat, this is the type you'll find in good restaurants. This is how to properly prepare this meat at home. Now my meat is well seared on one side, at the ideal point. I flip all the pieces to sear the other side well. I like my meat medium, or juicy, because it turns out more tender. Now we season this side too with salt and pepper. If you prefer, you can use seasoned salt or coarse grilling salt. I finish by adding a bit more pepper on top. And now, I let this side brown nicely as well. My meat is now well seared on both sides, ready to serve. Look at this delicious meat, golden and juicy. I remove the pieces and place them directly on the cutting board. A simple and practical recipe that reminds you of the meat served in restaurants. I cut a piece to see how tender it turned out. Look at that. I slice it into strips to show you how juicy and flavorful it is. You can serve the meat like this, in strips directly on the board. It's not overcooked, and the flavor is incredible this way. I cut another piece to show you how easy it is to slice this meat. A tender, flavorful meat that's very easy to make at home.